Coach, I have this belief, the hardest job on game day in college football is calling the plays until there's a situation like what happened at Penn State at Indiana this past Saturday.
Yeah, I've been involved in college football for 35 years, and you practice all these scenarios, and this never happened in 35 years. And what I saw happen to Indiana and Penn State, I've heard about it, I've never experienced it, we practiced. So let's go ahead and play.
Did you think Indiana was letting you score? Was that talked about down at the goal line? And also, if you could please assess your special teams.
Yeah, I think Indiana did let us score. That's their chart was telling them to score, and our chart was telling us not to score.
So, Coach, he says chart. I think some of the people watching probably know what he's talking about, and some don't. What chart is he making reference to?
Well, you have two charts, and I have it on the sideline, and then also the play caller, coordinator, has it upstairs in a much more confined area, a much more calm area. The sideline's chaos. And so the chart, number one chart you have is a 2-point chart, one to go for 2, one to kick an extra point. The other chart is called game management, or a 4-minute chart. And that is how much time you need, how many plays you run before you grab a knee at the end of the game. After this game, I looked it up. It's 1:22, and there was 1:47 left on the clock, 1:22. So Penn State was right, they had to run one more play. However, don't score. You have to get down, get the first down and get down.
So according to the chart, they did have to run a play.
They did. Let's take a look at the whole scenario here for the viewer. There's 1:47 left, fourth quarter. Obviously, they're up by 1 point. This is the whole key to this situation. They have one timeout left. The chart that James Franklin was talking about, I went back and checked. It's 1:22. You can, if it was 1:22, you don't have to run a play, take a knee, they use their timeout, you get out, game over. So they're exactly right, you had to run one more play. Indiana has their call made, they're looking at their own chart that tells them, let them score. Watch the Indiana defense, they don't even play. So Devin Ford here, you can tell the sideline's probably screaming to get down, get down, get down. If they get down, the game's over. Yet he scores and they get a chance to come back and win the game.
Okay, a couple things. You've been in this situation, maybe not this exact situation where you let somebody score, but game management situations, and you made a mistake.
Oh yeah, I've made mistakes, and there's plenty of examples. There's one, Les Miles, when he was at LSU, obviously a national champion coach. How about Nick Saban against the Alabama, kicking the 60-yard field goal, the kick 6? You've made mistakes,
right,
I've made mistakes. You can paralyze yourself by having all these scenarios that come up. I can promise you this, as a matter of fact, I know for a fact, 2 of my colleagues and I have already spoke, they walked through this on Sunday, this exact situation. The play call that we had at Ohio State was 94 zone, this is actually an inside zone, 94 zone down. That means get the first down and get down, and the game's over. But once again, you can throw blame everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody makes mistakes. The shame is this game could have been won.
Like I say, I think the play caller has the hardest job until something like this happens. Then the head coach has the hardest job.
And one thing about the head coach, you've been there on the sideline, there's no crowd, but usually you can't even hear yourself think. There's got to be some calming force saying, get down, or tell the tailback to get down, or don't kick the ball, whatever that situation is. But once again, these situations cause every coach in America now to put that situation in the playbook. I can promise you, after the Alabama-Auburn, the kick 6, everybody walked through the offensive line going down trying to tackle the guy. I actually replaced our 2 slot guys with tight ends. Instead, I wanted to put defensive players there to be able to make the tackle.
It's the old expression, no mistake, no learning. Just tough to make mistakes.